Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is going to be a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes of what do I do after filming content for two YouTube channels that are outdoors, traveling, hiking, camping, and a whole bunch of stuff. So currently I am not connected to Starlink. I am in a backcountry remote location right now. I just finished filming a video for Lone Wolf 902, my other channel, just yesterday, and I've decided to come back out to a similar location just to do a little bit of computer work, offline work obviously, so doing a little bit of editing and a little bit of photos, and then I'm going to be heading back into the grid, a home life setting, just to kind of refresh, get some tents, get some things put together, upload videos, piggyback on some Wi-Fi here and there, and then back out doing what I do. So this will be, like I said, a little bit of a sneak peek, just bringing you guys behind the scenes. I wasn't going to film this, but I've been getting a lot of questions as to how do I do things when I'm on the road. So tonight we're going to be editing photos and video. Let's jump in the van and have a look. Alright, so first things first, I've got to get out of these wet pants and wet shoes that I've been wearing all day yesterday and a fair bit of the day again today, to be totally honest. What's the point in muddying more shoes or different pants when you don't need to? So I'm going to get changed out of this stuff, get the van situated, get you guys inside the van so you can see what we're working with. Right away, right off the bat, you guys can probably see I've got the Jackery plugged in, running right now on the refrigerator. I plug that into the 12 volt on the Jackery when I'm not driving, obviously, so the refrigerator will still be running. I did do a little bit of work up here, but I still have a little bit more mods to do. Right now I've got the air fryer there, my remote computer monitor, keyboard, and my camera bag, as well as the onboard PC that is right here. So just to give you guys a little bit of a look at that from the doorway, I do have one window popped open right now. It is quite muggy, so I might even get the fan bumped on and get some color LEDs running in here and get a good vibe, get the computer and everything set up, and I'll run you guys through all of that, and yeah, we'll have some fun in the van. But right now I have to get changed. This is just gross. I'm soaked, I'm hot and sweaty, I'm not feeling it, so just give me 1 minute. Alright guys, I'm all changed and freshened up, got some more lights on inside. We are ready to get down to business. I do still have the side door open and the window, and I'm actually going to bump on the Sirocco fan. Oh yeah, instantly. It is sticky. So right now I am fully powered up at 13.6 volts. So doing great. Plus I've got the Jackery Explorer 2000 Pro in here as well, which is another giant battery source. So I've got enough power to last a couple of days, to be realistic, without turning the engine. So there are 1 or 2 mosquitoes in here. I also have the thermocell running just by the doorway, just to help with the bugs, because I don't want to close the door just yet. I could open my back windows because those do have bug nets, but that's a lot of work, and it's probably going to rain later on tonight, so I'm not going to bother. But right now that fan is doing wonders. So now that I'm inside of the van, it is almost dark outside. It is raining. There's a little bit of mist starting to come in right now. I got to get to work. So got to get the computer set up and get everything laid out on the desktop and show you guys my work process. Alright, so getting the computer set up. I forgot my little tripod, so I got the big tripod on top of the bed right now. Hopefully Boomer does not move, because he'll probably bump the camera. I haven't totally finished this compartment, but right now, just to give you guys a little look, I do have the air fryer in here, very small air fryer, on top of the Jackery, my keyboard, and my computer monitor. I will be putting in a system here where everything can be used as storage. The reason why I haven't built a shelf or anything is because the Jackery doesn't actually, it fits in there, obviously it's in there, but I mean, you've got to slam it in there and slam it out. So whenever I need to charge it, I need to pull it out. I have a plan for that where I will no longer have to pull it out. That sounds dirty. The Jackery will have a home, it'll stay there, and yeah, we'll figure that out in a different video. So right now, if you guys missed the episode of my computer install, check that out, go back in the videos. I think it's like 2 videos ago. This is the Geekom mini PC. I have a mini, let's move this keyboard out of the way, a mini computer monitor. So what I'm going to do is get this set up. Keyboard there. Boomer's repositioning himself like an earthquake for you guys. Mini earthquake. So that's rigged up like that. So I do have the, let me see back here. I do have a couple cords back here that go to the monitor. So I'm going to plug this USB-C to USB-C into the Jackery. Take this block off because I have it there for AC, but I don't want to use the AC right now because I don't want to lose any power on the Jackery, or too much power. That doesn't reach. Never mind. I had it plugged in earlier and I did it using a different cord. Hold on. Grab this guy over here. Okay. The reason why I've been doing it this way is because I figured out that I have a USB-C to USB-C 12 volt that I installed over here to run this light bar on. And what I've been doing is plugging my monitor into that. So that runs off of the 200 amp hours that I have installed and hooked up to my solar panels. So that is always powered on. The monitor should flick on just like that. No signal yet because we have to get the PC plugged in. And that is this mini HDMI cable, which goes on this side. It does take me a few minutes to get set up, so whenever I do get set up, I like to actually plug away at quite a bit of work. In the future, I will be investing in a very high performance laptop, so I can kind of do away with this setup process. I do have my desktop PC that I set up for editing big, large 4K videos, which is not set up in this area just yet, but it will be. So, coming back here again, I have to find the power cord for the computer. So this is the only downside that I have to this, is it runs on AC, which is not a problem. My van's outfitted for AC. I have 2 inverters in here. But I don't like running it off the van inverter because I don't want to start the van. And it's dark out, there's no solar. So I'm going to plug it into the Jackery. AC on, monitor is on, but there's no signal. Power on. PC is on. I've got my mouse over here. That's set up. So far so good. Computer booting up. Get this keyboard turned on. And that is the setup. So I'm going to be moving a few things around in the van, and I just realized my fan's not even pointing at me. Hopefully someone was yelling at the TV screen. Can't show you my password. Apparently it's not typing. Apparently it's not working. What is my password? Changed it. So, computer booted up, everything there. The breeze coming in through the door right now is pretty awesome. This thermocell kicks all the mosquitoes out, so we'll be shutting that momentarily. I got a really nice, crisp kind of rainforest vibe coming in the van right now. I have all of my bright lights on. So I've got the 2 wired in lights. I've got the light bar on warm, and I've got my reading light on warm. I do have LED track lighting all over as well, and I like using this light up here, guys. It goes really, really bright. I use that at nighttime on red. So I can go 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 boom. I like using that on red because it's a battery that doesn't run off the van. Therefore, I don't have to worry about it dying. And honestly, I just let it die and go to sleep. So this is all set up. I do need to get a memory card in there, transfer files, and start working. All right, let's open Lightroom. I've got a bunch of photos loaded in right now
from a trip. We're going to import. Oh, desktop. Camp. And these are the files that I've got right now. I've got 5 photos I'd like to edit this evening. So let's bump these in here. Looks like I may have a... No, there's no video file. I say I have a video file, but I don't. They're all photos, which is very strange. Okay, so we'll jump in here, and this is how I do my editing when I'm on the road. So very comfortable. I've got a beautiful view out there, guys. Man, epic. So here I've got a photo of me with this hammock. This is my recent trip. I'm gonna edit this. Okay, so I shoot in warm, so I always shoot on cloudy for white balance, and I love punching in clarity and contrast. This one's already punchy and contrasty, so I'm just going to put in a little bit of vibrance. Check the highlights. There's a little bit blown out in the top right corner, but I'm going to open the shadows, pump in the blacks. Contrast is up where I want it. It's warm enough to the point where I think it's okay. Tiny bit of sharpness up to 21. Add probably about a -7, -8 vignette, which I like doing. And then I'm going to bump into my brush settings, exposure up to 60, open the shadows 17 on a moderate brush. And I'm just going to brush in my face just to give my body separation from the scene. And this is really bright right now, but I'm just going to brush this in where I feel it needs to go. And then I'll adjust it with the sliders to how I think it should look. And basically I do a lot of burning and dodging for you old time photographers in a very controlled manner. So I don't want to overdo it. I just want to bump it in there. Now the smoke I really like doing, leave the shadows. I really like bumping up the smoke and making it white because it is white smoke kind of wisping through here. And I remove the blue. I don't like the blue in the smoke. I find it looks nasty, amateurish. I don't know, I don't like it. So bump that down to +41, and then I'm actually going to take the saturation down a tiny bit in the smoke. Finish that brush, and then I'm actually going to go down and do a global adjustment on the blue because there's no blue in this scene. So I can just drop it all the way down, and it turns that smoke white and gray. And it takes the blue tint out of my sweater because it is dark in this scene. And it brings back those greens and the nice warm tones. Tiny bit of global saturation, not a lot because there's a lot of punch already going on in here. I'm going to darken up the top portion of this photo because it is very bright still up there. So come and slam in the dark, and then I'll adjust that on a slider, probably like -37 I think. Up in this top corner I don't like the openness there, so I'm just going to do a clone brush just on those trees, on the foliage, and bring some of that foliage up in there just to hide that white patch of sky. I don't really like that. And then I'm going to bump in a little bit more darkness in that area again. And that to me right there is a pretty decent photo. I'm going to lighten up the hammock a little bit, add some warmth. So a trick with a coyote tan, crank up the warmth, and the coyote tan will light up. So I bumped that up to +53 on exposure, and I ramped up the warmth to 46, and it just punches that tarp. Any coyote tan, it'll just light up without over exposing it and without adding a ton of saturation to it. It just lights up. So now I'm just going to take my time with this really shoddy mouse and paint this in where I feel it should be, and adjust the brightness because I do think that's a little too hot in the brightness. Personally, I don't like it. It looks artificial. I'm trying to get this brush, sneak it in there. I'll bump in a 1:2 ratio just to squeak in these corners. And I know this is probably boring for a lot of people, but I know there's probably a lot of people that are really interested in it. So if you're not interested in it, don't watch. Very simple. But for those who are interested, it's not just the photo editing, it's also the van life. I'm here in a remote location editing my photos from a camping trip in my van. filming a video for my other channel in my van. So this is pretty sweet. Okay, so I got that brightened up to where I want it, and I'm going to drop that. I think it looks good right there. Drop that down a little bit. I'm also going to drop down the brightness on my left shoulder because it looks really hot on the exposure. I'm wearing a gray sweater and that just looks too bright. Bump that down, drop the highlights, bump it down a little. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so that is a pretty basic edit on one of my photos, and that's what I've got to do for 4 more photos, and this is kind of my life when I'm remote, just doing a little bit of work. Alright, so that's pretty basic. I mean, this is a nice relaxing evening. I've got all the lights on right now, like I said, other than my LEDs. I still got the door wide open. It's raining out there. I can hear it just pitter-pattering on the leaves. I can still see the silhouette of the trees in the sky, so it's not total pitch darkness out there. I'm warm. Boomer's sleeping on the bed. I've got the fridge up front if I want to crack a cold drink. Computer. We've got everything here, guys. So, like I said, I got a couple more photos I need to edit. So I'm just going to export this one right now. Export. 1 photo done. I'm just going to take my time. I love editing photos, especially when it's relaxing like this. It just makes everything so much easier. And then when I'm done, I'm going to get my computer totally packed away because I am going to be leaving this location tomorrow morning. So that means I do need to make sure everything that is not secured, put back in the drawer. So I've got a couple hooks up here where I've been hanging things, a little basket there that needs to actually get mounted up here. Couple things here and there. There are a few mods coming to the van as well, interior and exterior. A couple little tweaks on the interior though, because my recent trip, 3-day trip with 2 people and 2 dogs in this van, it worked, but there were a couple things that could have been better. So I want to better the van for that and just continue on making it a home on wheels and an adventure rig. So yeah, a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes. I do have a few things inside of this area that I'm going to be working on. I did come up with a new water filtration system, which is awesome. It works so good, and it only costs $40 on Amazon to top off my jug, so I no longer have to go top that off at a Walmart or a grocery store or anything. I can literally do it myself. So I'll bring you guys into a little bit of a video on that, what I use for that. And yeah, if there's any suggestions from you guys, van-based videos, let me know in the comments section. If there's anything you want to see in the van or anything else, let me know. Until next time, guys, like I said, I'm just going to keep plugging away at this. I figured this would be interesting, a little sneak peek behind the scenes in between camping trips where my life is on YouTube on 2 different channels, 3 different channels actually, just kind of all over the place. I'm always working. So when I'm not uploading on my other channels, I'm uploading on this channel. And when I'm not uploading on this channel, I'm doing work for the other channel, most likely filming for another channel. My camera never stops. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed the adventure last video. I can't even remember what channel I'm filming for right now. The last video I filmed on this channel, the 3-day adventure. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going YouTube crazy right now. I've got a lot of things on the go. I've got a lot of projects on the go, and I've got a lot of behind the scenes, and I've got a big, massive thing coming up. I'm not going to slip it. I'm not even going to touch on it. I'm just going to leave it at that. We've got big things coming in the coming year. So stay tuned. Till next time, peace out. I've got work to do, so I'll see you in the next one.